My name is John Runkle. I'm counsel for N.C. Warren. And as an attorney, you look at legal stuff. And in the North Carolina Constitution, there's a fundamental right for clean air and clean water. But Reverend Barber's right. It's not just a legal right. It's a fundamental moral right for clean air and clean water. And everything that we do in this field has to be with that consideration. Now, N.C. Warren was involved in the Warren County landfill back in the 1980s. And it was the PCB-laced oil from the utility transformers that were causing problem back then. They were sent to this company who decided to just spread along the side of the roads. The state caught them, and 2 days before the new rules came out for landfills, the state gave them a permit for the Warren County landfill. It was this moment, this same March, the New York Times was down for that march where the term environmental justice was first put out there. That's environmental justice, where the environment affects people, it affects the water quality, it affects the critters, it affects everybody, everything. So that's environmental justice. Where we are now with this coal ash is, I think, is gone beyond environmental justice. It's a basic question of justice. There are 25 million tons of this coal ash in these impoundments around North Carolina. That's 2.5 tons per person. That's about a pickup and a half, maybe 2 pickup loads for each person. Where do you want yours? You want yours in the front yard, your backyard? You got a family of 4, you probably need a dump truck for that. If you got a large family, you may need a couple dump trucks. This is a major problem, especially when you're talking about who's going to pay for the cleanup. Is it going to be ratepayers? We use electricity, that's you and me. Is it going to be taxpayers? I don't think so, that's also you and me. Who's got the money and who made money off of all this dumping into these impoundments? It's Duke Energy. So we think that Duke Energy shareholders will pay. There's no question they're going to pay for the cleanup. But our position is that they're going to have to pay for the whole cleanup of all the impoundments. But we also feel strongly that there are this is a complicated question. Where does the coal ash go once it's removed from the impoundments? Duke Energy is already contacting county commissioners to see if they'd like to get 1 million tons, 2 million tons of ash in their landfills. Some of the counties that's a good deal for them. They could make $20 million, 1 million tons tipping P, $40 million fund. And so we need to be real careful when we're talking about lined landfills, that it's not going to go where those landfills have always gone, in those communities of color and people that are targeted because they can't protect themselves. So we can't, it's an easy answer, let's just get it out of there and put it someplace else. Spreading the poison around is not going to be a solution. So there's a lot that needs to be discussed in here, and a lot of ins and outs of who pays for it and where does it go. How's it going to be shipped? I mean, I wasn't joking. People are going to have dump trucks full of ash be on the roads, and there'll be millions of them if they pick them up and take them places. Where are they going to be safely stored? Let's keep that stuff out of the drinking water and the rivers, and so it doesn't harm our environment and our communities. And I think we ought to be thinking in terms of, let's not put any more ash in those impoundments. We've got to stop. It's got to be done now. And these aren't easy answers. I mean, there's a lot of coal plants generate a lot of electricity. Our numbers show you can have them all shut down within a decade, and with something that we should be talking about, how fast we're going to shut these down. No more ash in those ponds, but no more coal pollution, no more fly ash in the air, no more killing people around around the coal plants. So, clean air and clean water may be a legal right that we have, but it's a fundamental moral right, and we ought to look at it like that. It's on beyond environmental justice. It's just plain and simple justice. We've got to do the right thing. Thank you.